been really good to see so many join in with the flipping press-up challenge. I think there's 49 of us now having a go at it, and I know quite a few people have said, oh my gosh, they can really feel it in their arms. So a couple of comments have come up, both people in my Zoom classes and people who I've seen who have said, actually my wrists are quite sore. And you know what? It's really not surprising the wrists are sore. What you've been doing is putting your weight through your wrists up against the wall. But in fact, when you're up against the wall, there's a slightly greater angle that happens in your wrists, which if you were to do a full press up on the floor isn't quite the same. So today I'm launching phase 2. I'm going to show you 4 different activations or pre-press up things that you can do, which might alleviate some of your wrist pain and also strengthen the wrists, because that's what we want to do. And then I'm going to show you the phase 2 press up series, because we're looking to increase our strength, develop your press up and get better at it, not necessarily with the main aim to do a full plank press up, but basically for you to get better and better, because after all, we're only doing these so that we can get stronger and shapelier and leaner, not so that we can actually achieve something, because there's no point achieving something if it doesn't offer you any gains. So the first thing I want to do is to show you a stretch or a mobilisation that you can do, particularly on your forearms, that may help if you've got tight wrists. When we were little girls, I don't know about you, but cartwheels and handstands and flick-flacks and all of that stuff that you just did, it meant you had your body weight through your wrists quite a lot of the time, and your arms and your shoulders. Unless I'm slightly tipsy in Portugal nowadays, it's not often that I put my full body weight through just my wrists. I've nearly always got some body or my feet on the floor. So if this is new to you, you're asking quite a lot of yourself. Okay, so I've got here a squash ball. I've also got a tennis ball. You might have one or the other of both of these. And I've got here a foam block, but only so I can lift my hand up. So as long as you've got something that you can lift your arm up on, you can do this. So what you're going to do is take either of the balls and put it just beyond your elbow, down underneath your arm, and you're just going to come up and down like that, so maybe 5 or 6 times in one position. And you'll notice that you're stretching your fascia in the bottom of your arm, in your forearm. Then move it along a little bit, so it's perhaps now down halfway down your forearm, and again repeat this same movement. And you're going to keep doing that, moving down your arm until you get to just below your wrist. Don't do it actually on your wrist, but just below your wrist, up and down like that. So that gets your fascia moving. Make sure you obviously do it on both arms, and it's quite a good thing to do prior to doing these exercises. Okay. The next thing you can do is take an elastic band or a hair bobble or something like that. It needs to be quite tight, and you're going to put it around your fingertips. So the strength in a press up isn't just going to come from your shoulders and your arms. It actually comes right from the base, your hands at your base in a press up, the same as your feet at your base in a squat. Your hands at your base. And I don't know if you've noticed, but as we get older, our hands lose their strength. We lose our grip strength. Your fingers lose their strength. So all I'm doing here is squeezing wide and then letting it come down. And actually your fingers get tired quite quickly. Some of you know that in class, one of the exercises I also do sometimes is pull with your thumb and your forefinger on a Dynaband, then pull with your thumb and your ring finger on a Dynaband, and then, that's your middle finger, isn't it? Then your ring finger on the Dynaband, and then your little finger. And my goodness, you really notice that probably these 2 fingers here aren't nearly as strong as the others, because we tend to use those. And I don't know about you, but I had cupboards full of Le Creuset, that really heavy cast iron cookware, and actually I couldn't pour the potato water out of a Le Creuset pan of water, potatoes, because my grip strength was just going. I've been really working really hard on it. So you've got the fascial one, you've got the bobble one, and then probably most uncomfortable of all, I'm going to show you some movements that you can do where you've got a bit more body weight through your wrists. So here I am on my mat, and I've got my hands underneath me. It doesn't really matter what's going on with the rest of your body at this phase. And I want to make sure I've got my hands directly under my shoulders. When we do get to doing our press-ups on the floor, it's something that's really important, is not to have your hands out in front. but to have them directly under your shoulders, like I've shown you up against the wall. And then from here, just transfer your body weight backwards and forwards a little bit. You'll notice a stretch in your forearm and the back of your wrists here when you do this, okay? Backwards and forwards, just to a range that's comfortable for you, okay? Now, our wrists are designed to move in multiple directions. It's just that as life goes on, we stop moving them in those multiple directions. So here's the next one. Keep one hand where it is and see how it feels to turn the other one completely the other way around. You can, if you want to, also do some rocking. Now, the ability to do this is transferred from not just your wrist, but right up to your shoulder. If your shoulder is tight, this may not be comfortable for you. You may only be able to go there or there. And in fact, on my currently bad shoulder, I noticed, can you see my fingers are twisted? I haven't got as much range of movement in that hand because, compared with that one, because I'm tight in this shoulder. So have a go at that. You might be able to do it on one hand at a time. You might be able to do it on both hands. I can just do it on both hands, and I'm continuing to try and do that. Okay, and then finally, and possibly the most peculiar looking one of all, again, keep one hand firm, but now try putting the back of your hand down on the mat. So how does that feel? Does it feel weird? Can you do it? Can you do both at the same time? Can you move a little bit in this position? You really won't want to stay there very long because it's really not particularly comfortable. But what we're doing here is getting our wrists used to different movements and going through the planes of movement that they should actually be able to do. Okay, so now we've got you activated and we've got you ready. I'm activated on one side, we're going to do both. I'm going to stand up against the wall and show you phase 2 of your press up challenge. Come on with me. Okay, so here I am, and what you've been doing, and for those of you who perhaps are catching up a little bit later, just as a reminder, we had our hands up against the wall and our feet up against the wall, and we had your thumbs into nipple level. And phase 1 was to tuck your elbows in tight against your body, and then step 1, 2, and away. And we've been doing, haven't we, 5 press-ups like this, and stopping and resting, and then another 5 and another 5 until we get to 25. Okay, today we're going up a gear, not much of a gear, but it is up a gear. So now what I'm going to get you to do is to come forward and push away, and then land and push away. Can you see that my body is going in one line? I'm not coming forwards and bringing in. My body, it's like, I guess, I'm in an upright plank. So I'm now putting a little bit more pressure through my arms, my wrists, my triceps and my shoulders to enable me to do this. And this time, I've come up onto the balls of my feet. Can you see that my heels aren't down? I'm on the balls of my feet, tipping up and down. So what I'd like you to do is 6 of those, 3 times through. Okay, so we're not doing 5 anymore, we've moved on to 6. You're going to do 6 of those tipping, pushing press-ups, 3 times through, until I pop back again in a few days and we up the ante a little bit more. Don't forget to comment every day when you've done it. Don't forget to ask me questions, because it's when you ask questions that I can make these lives personal to you and keep motivating you, so we all get better, we all get stronger, and the bingo wings go for all of us on everywhere. Nice to see you, thanks for checking in, and I look forward to seeing you again in about 4 days' time, I think it is.